Deke.
Hey, this giant face is gonna wake up. Hey, welcome to Herbert and Tuttleton's Hell Hour. You made it. Wow, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We got so much fun for you guys, but we wanted to do this video just to give you some instructions on how to make it a real cool stream. We got up to one hour of content, and you have fun and chat it up all the time, because there's gonna be a delay, so just, I'm in a funny ad, just chat it up all the time, and we'll look at it, and that's it, and call Herbert S. Tuttleton a real piece of shit, because that's what he is, so just do that, and also no blockchain talk, don't.
I want to die.
So we're gonna have so much fun, that's it, and you're gonna see it now. Here comes Herbert S. Tuttleton's Hell Hour. It's starting right now. Right there it is.
Ho 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 and Merry Christmas, you degenerates. Welcome to Herbert S. Tuttleton's Christmas Special Hell. A special presentation of Hell Hour that takes place during Christmas time, therefore it is called the Christmas Special. If you cannot comprehend that, then you need to shut off the stream right now and take a long walk off of a short pier. You will become wet and saturated, and then maybe you'll understand. I am your host, Herbert S. Tuttleton. It is Monday, the Monday before Christmas. Everyone is working hard, I'm sure, to get money for Mommy and Daddy to have a delightful Christmas that will be filled with presents for their grubby little children to open and break their toys and then complain to Mommy and Daddy for more toys. I can already see it in my mind's eye. Let's check in just briefly on the chat. Best part of the hour before the audio starts. Love it. Won't show up this week. Danger Mouse. Surprise, surprise. Christmas comes early for you. And we can just listen to these rockin' jams. Fingers crossed. Well, looks like Colin Jeffrey and Danger Mouse are now interacting with each other. A dangerous holiday combination. What else do we have here? We'll just read along. 3 minutes, won't get to the full hour. Yes. Guess Herbert is showing up after all. Thank you. The Lord has appeared. This is a very special program. The Christmas special, as we said. We have the Santa Claus guy, Tim Allen, regretfully informs us that he will not be on the show. He said that anyone from Kalamazoo, Michigan, just reminds him of his arrest in 1971 for possession of cocaine in his car tire, and he was severely offended and did not take kindly to my advances. So Tim Allen will not be appearing tonight. I know that this is a true Grinch move by the man himself, Tim Allen. But we have a very, very special guest. She is earthly. She knows all about Christmas. She's the queen of all the fates and any sort of written literature thereof on scrolls or other papyrus. Please help me in welcoming, of course, Audrey P. Farnsworth. Here she is.
Thank you for having me, Herbert.
We are delighted that you are here now.
I'm glad to be here. I'm really glad to be here. I'm glad to be up from my home underneath tonight.
It is true. Audrey, give us a little introduction about yourself, like where you're from, where you live, and how our relationship came to be. If you cannot tell, we are not wearing masks, and we are very close together. This is a live broadcast with live people.
Yes.
This time.
Well, technically we are roommates, so that's okay. You know, I actually live deep within the Hollywood Hills, underneath the H, actually inside of the mountain. So technically, so the only door to get into the H is through the mountain. And it's like a flap trap door, like ones that you open down, but this one goes up. So I walk up a staircase and get out into the world through the Hollywood H where Herbert lives, and that's how we came to. One day he was just living there, over my home, and I was like, well, we have to make this work because I'm down here.
That's very true. And we have been quarantining together, but I know that you have said that you were quarantining before COVID.
I was quarantining for at least a year before COVID. I had a different sickness.
And what was that sickness?
I had a sickness. It was a flu that you contract through your legs.
Ah, yes, the well-known leg flu.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the Spanish flu.
No, they're different flus. I got it through my legs, and it kind of just makes your legs really hot, and it creates a sensation of wanting to get away. So you just end up wanting to run really fast away from yourself.
Quite an impossible task. It must have been a vicious flu.
Well, yeah, it went on for about a year.
How many calories did you burn over the course of the flu?
Pretty much all of them.
You have 0 calories.
I haven't had a calorie in me for probably before that, but that's another story.
Fair enough. And as we know, you live below me within the mountains of the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah.
I live in the Hollywood H. We will not disclose which one, and that will remain a secret. But how did we meet?
Well, that's one of my favorite stories. Herbert was loudly singing Sheryl Crow, and I climbed up my staircase and opened the flat door and was like, "Who's there?" And he was like, "It's me, a man." And we immediately dueled, but both of us were too weak to call a winner, so we called a truce.
I would say we were both too strong to be called losers.
Sure.
That's the take that I gave on it, and I think that is a more body positive or fight positive outcome of said fight. To
each being their own.
To each being their own.
Is the old saying, as they all say.
Yes, as you would know. So our relationship...
I don't know what it is.
You know what? Better left unsaid, and that is the magic, if you will, of Christmas. Audrey, you are queen of lore and story, a beautiful, mysterious witch of the tale and storytelling.
Yeah.
What are you here on the stream to talk about with us? It's quite a topic.
Well, Herbert, today is the winter solstice, December 21st, and it's a special one where the two planets of Saturn and Jupiter will give each other a little smooch in the sky and form the perfect Christmas marriage. So I'm here to talk about the history of the winter solstice.
Very good.
Let me consult my scriptures.
Your scriptures, meaning the laptop in front of you?
Yes, I wrote them.
Okay, fair enough.
The history of the winter solstice is this. When Jesus was born, Zeus and God got together for a beer and invented seasons. Before the birth of Christ, every day was just one weather, and God was like, "Oh shit, I forgot to make it different sometimes." And Zeus was like, "Wow, you fucked up, man." And God was like, "Quick, let's make it cold for my son's birthday." And that's pretty much it. But now I'd like to talk about why the winter solstice is so important to me specifically. So it's the biggest day of the year for me because it's actually, it's the one where I'm more physically active than all of the other days. You see, when there's winter magic in the air, that's how I get my serotonin for the year. So I have to go outside and catch all the winter magic with my tongue, like little snowflakes, and then I'm not depressed for one whole year.
So it's an annual gathering of serotonin. You gather serotonin once per year.
I gather serotonin and I eat serotonin and I feel glad for one more year.
And then
I don't know what happens if I don't do it. It's never happened
You've never
before.
missed a year.
I've never missed a year, and let's pray that I don't.
Yes, if you don't have serotonin, of course, that is the drug that releases endorphins and happy.
Right.
Make you happy.
It make you happy.
I see. Very good. And I hear that you have some lore for us right now, as far as the stories of the winter solstice and lore of the winter solstice.
I wanted to come here today to talk about the holiday characters that aren't always talked about at Christmas time. they're forgotten, but they are still just as important. And I mean, let's just get into it, shall we?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. Our first character that everyone does know is Shannon. Everyone knows the tale of Shannon, the magical holiday character that everyone knows. Shannon is somewhere in between Krampus and Santa Claus in that he is neutral.
What does he do? What does he do? What does Shannon do?
What does he? You want to know what he does?
Yes, what does he do?
Okay, so on December 23rd, he climbs into the home of children that weren't good, but also weren't bad. It's kind of that gray area where most children fall into. By gently pushing himself through the walls of their bedroom and into where the child is sleeping.
And he breaks down the wall of the house?
He climbs gently through the wall by pulling the wall off and throwing it aside.
Okay.
Then he climbs into bed with your mediocre child, and they just take a little nap together.
That is truly horrifying. He just...
Au contraire, Herbert. It is not horrifying. Shannon visited me every year when I was a child, and I turned out just fine.
And you live inside of a mountain.
I live in the Hollywood Hills, and a lot of people would describe that as a success story.
Yes, but you live inside of them like a mole person.
Under your house.
In the mountain.
Deep within the mountain.
And what does Shannon look like?
Kind of like a compressed mall cop dressed as a Christmas tree.
He's compressed. His body is... He's dense like a can of condensed soup.
So put together. Just this big.
And a mall cop and...
I wouldn't think too much about it. It's gonna hurt your head.
It already has. It's pained me.
Let's just move on to the next. Let's move on to the next character.
Fair enough. Yes. What is the next character of the winter solstice?
So the next holiday character that everyone does know is Leridan, the disciple Jesus was embarrassed of. Leridan was on the original list to be on Jesus' best friend group, that ragtag group of fun boys we know as the 12 disciples. However, when Jesus found out that Leridan started a flute band, Jesus was like, hey man, I don't love that look being associated with our band of brothers. Can you maybe throw some extra instruments into your band? And Leridan said, absolutely not. So Jesus threw Leridan out of the gang because flutes just aren't really cool. Leridan got very depressed and walked through the desert until he was almost dead and was visited by a witch who told him that he could make one final wish, and he wished to live forever as a ghost who visited Christmas churches on Jesus' birthday and play the flute until flutes were accepted as cool. To this day, Leridan plays his flute at Christmas services all around the world, and now everyone loves flutes. Leridan 1, Jesus 0.
Fair enough. I'm sure that Jethro Tull would be enamored by the work of Leridan.
I mean, I'm sure he is. I have no idea who that is.
Jethro Tull?
I've never heard that name before in my whole life.
It's a very well-known band for their flute solos.
I don't think so.
You could be right.
Let's move on. The next character is, of course, Santa's cousin Bream.
Oh, Bream. Okay, I'm very excited about this.
Okay. This is going to be a little bit of role play. I'm going to be Bream, but I'm also going to be myself.
Okay.
My name is Bream, Bream says, arriving at your home every Christmas morning. I don't know you, you say, and he replies, I'm the main guy, the big Christmas man. And you say, no, thank you. And he says, I am the one. And you say, please, no. And this goes on for the duration of the day until Bream becomes hungry and leaves to buy a sandwich at the gas station. When he comes back home, satiated, the only way for you to get him out of your home again is to clock him in the head with a large bell, like the ones that ring from the bell towers.
And where do you find that?
It's Christmas. The churches have them.
Ah, yes, the Christmas churches as previously referenced.
Right. We gotta get right into this next one.
This one is quite a tale.
Okay, so this is the tale that everyone knows of Junedorf, the tall-nosed regular deer. Everyone knows those 17 reindeers that pull Santa's sleigh, But one of the more unknown deer of the bunch is Jundorf, a regular deer with the tallest nose known to man. Every year, as the reindeer prepare to fly on Christmas Eve, a regular deer named Jundorf watches them from the shadows but keeps bonking into the wall and shouting, "Fuck!" because his nose is 7 feet tall, which is actually longer than him. This startles Santa's reindeer, and one of them is like, "Is that fucking Jundorf again?" And then Jundorf yells, "No! No!" And another one of the reindeer is like, "It is! It's Jundorf!" And Jundorf screams, "It isn't!" And all of the reindeer sigh in unison and say, "Hey man, you can just come hang out, it's cool." And Jundorf bonks his nose everywhere in a panic because he's embarrassed, and Santa comes in and he's like, "What's going on in here?" And one of the reindeer is like, "Jundorf is watching us again." And Santa's like, "Jundorf, you can just come in here, it's fine." And Jundorf mistakes this as a threat and takes Santa hostage, wrapping him around his nose and running to the top of a tall cliff. And Santa is calmly like, "Can you put me down?" And Jundorf says, "You do not like me." And Santa is like I tell you every year, I do like you. I think you might be projecting your insecurities onto me. And Jundorf says, "I'll make a deal with you. Don't tell anyone I did this, and I will let you live." And Santa says, "Literally, my entire workshop saw you kidnap me, but it's really fine. We're not going to do anything." And Jundorf says, "Tell no one." And Santa sighs and says, "Fine, I will not tell." And Jundorf returns Santa to his workshop, and Santa goes back in and says loudly, "I kidnapped myself, and it's not Jundorf's fault." And everyone is like, "Okay," because they're so used to this happening every single Christmas. Santa looks out the window, and Jundorf nods at him and thanks, and Santa nods back, and then Jundorf nods, and then Santa nods, and then Jundorf nods, and it goes on for quite some time.
I see, and this is an annual holiday tradition?
This happens every year, and it has happened every year since the beginning of Christmas.
Is that why when children stay up and they do those technicalities where they're like, "Oh, it's midnight, it's December 26th, well, that would be crappy if they hadn't received their presents yet."
This is the only reason that children participate in technicalities, yes.
Because they know that, like, they're counting it and they're like, Santa's not here yet, but it's because he was involved in a hostage situation.
Yeah, they know what they can get away with.
Not but moments before.
Exactly.
This is news to me, and I find it deeply disturbing that there's always a kidnapping. It's like saying that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is.
Die Hard takes place during Christmas.
That's for another show.
Fair enough. Continue your lore.
We only have one more, and it's the elf on a shelf. This is just a murderer. Oh, that's it. That's all.
The elf on a shelf is a murderer.
Yes, a true, pure murderer.
Many people have elves on shelves.
Well, they're about to have one less of something in their house then.
Is that like a weird kind of like hobo scrawling where it's like if you have an elf on a shelf, then you yourself are a murderer?
I guess that would mean that most people with children are murderers.
Some people, you know how they say, "Oh man, my kids were so disobedient. I really just want to kill. I could kill my kids."
I do know that. I do know how they say that. Yes. Well,
and they're murderers?
They're not murderers. The elf is a murderer. Look, I don't know exactly how many murders take place.
Mm-hmm.
I just know this as a fact of Christmas lore.
Well, if it's lore, it's been written down, and therefore it is true. Anything that is written down is true, as we know. Very good. That is the lore of the winter solstice, one of Audrey P. Farnsworth's favorite times of the year. How much serotonin did that give you?
Oh my God, I feel so good right now. I don't even know this. I don't know if I've ever felt this good. Normally, I'm saying this to myself way down there.
Just to like a rock or something like
that?
that?
No, yeah, pretty much.
Well, I'm happy to be of ears this holiday year. Consider this my official charity work for Christmas time. I will not be donating to the March of Dimes. I will not be donating to any other charities. This is the only charity. I have completed my charitable work. Thank you very much. Give me all the Christmas presents. Num num num. You were saying?
Oh no, you were saying that I was charity?
I'm doing something charitable by listening. I'm not a kind soul. Some
Well,
would
I
say
mean,
that
I
I'm
know
a Grinch.
that, but I feel like that's what friends do. We're friends, right?
Yes, we are friends. Can I not levy some charity work so that I can report to the government that I've done my due diligence?
You can't tell them that I live there. You know that.
That I can't tell them that you live in the hills?
No. They don't even know that I'm alive.
The government doesn't know that you're alive.
No, they don't.
Are you saying that you have been legally dead and that you do not pay taxes anymore?
I'm saying that I've been legally dead for longer than you've been alive, my man.
For a healthy 25 years young, you've been dead?
Longer.
Wow. This could, you know what, we're talking about government a lot, and one of us is required to do charitable work. The other one found a loophole where the government doesn't even know they exist. So who's the winner in that situation?
I'd say both of us.
It's true. It's true. Let's check in, if we will, because we've had this delightful story about lore, and now that the chat and all our viewers know about the holiday lore, let's just check in with our Yule log fireside chat. And I can't wait to reveal this to you. Boom, there it is. We have a beautiful Yule log where we will talk to the chat. Let's see what we're saying here. Audrey, run. Well, she's here. Change the locks next time he leaves. Rest in peace, Audrey Legs.
Thank you.
We find rest in power. Thank you. Thank you for that. It's a terrible, terrible disease.
They work now.
Is when the audio and video get unsynced. Danger Mouse, thank you for knowing that. I saw the red, but let me give you a statistic. Out of the frames that we have recorded and delivered to you, only 705 of them were dropped at a 1.5% chance of loss. So you only have 1.5% chance of problems, is what I'm saying. I think they're snowed in. Yes, industrial light and mediocre. Yes, of course. Thank you. A truly professional production. What did I miss? Looks like your pal Tommy has made it to an internet source. Julia Davidovich says, I think they're snowed in. Let it be known that we are in Southern California, where if it were to snow, I think that it would be both a miracle and a national emergency. He's probably going to kill Audrey. Who's going to kill Audrey? Me? I never. Danger Mouse, I would never lay a finger. I am not an elf on a shelf. I just want to make that 100% clear. I am not an elf on a shelf, nor have I ever been an elf on a shelf. I have not sat on any shelves. I have not donned any elf-like wear.
Who are all of these people?
Julia Davidovich, I assume that's a real person, first and last name. Your pal Tommy is a real pal. He's apparently my pal, and his name is Tommy. Danger Mouse is a delightful fan / true nemesis of the show. He likes to comment on everything that I do and really reams it a lot. Marcus Fichtel, again, a real person. The German version of Die Hard is the best. Marcus, I can only assume that you're referring to Die Hard with a Vengeance, which is the second German coming. Hans Gruber throws Bruce Willis off Nakatomi Tower, and then Janine McClane takes over, and she crawls through the vents. It's a role reversal of Die Hard. You know Die Hard, do you not?
Yes.
So, imagine if Hans Gruber were the good guy.
That'd be cool.
What would that sound like? Would Bruce Willis be like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, and Hans Gruber would be like, stop, I have a machine gun
If
now.
they were both good guys?
I think that that Bruce Willis would be the bad guy, and he would be in charge.
Oh, if they swapped?
Yes, if they swapped.
I feel like that would just be a pleasant, Wednesday.
Do you think that's that's a remake? If they were to remake Die Hard,
I don't think they could remake that.
You don't think they could remake Die Hard?
Oh, R.I.P.
Rest in power. Always rest in power. Let's see here. It's kind of fun to watch this because I get to imagine what expression you will make when I hear you saying the words. And then a second later, I guess. Okay, so the audio is unsynced, I hear. That is not my fault. It will come back. Semi-live streaming. You know, we try our best here. It's the holidays. We try to give the best internet that we can. And we cannot deliver as much as we would like. Let's see here. Ouch, my hair. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ouch, my hair. I don't know. Julie Davidovich says, ouch, my hair. Do you have any frame of reference for that? Ouch, my hair. I've never heard of it.
It sounds like something happened to her hair.
You know, we're not responsible for viewers' experiences.
Oh, no, I don't know. I have no idea what's happening. Most of the time.
Most of the time? Including now. Have you ever said ouch my hair before?
I've never said those words in my life. I've never said any of those words even separately.
Ouch my, so they're not, you've never said my. It seems like a very common word that would enter.
I don't think so.
What's on top of your head?
Follicles of hair.
I see. So when you would when most of us would normally say hair, you would say, I've got to comb my follicles, or I'm going to get
follies.
Me follies. Me follies. What do you say if I were to say I'm going to go get my hair cut? What would you say?
I've got to be going to the hair store to have a trim.
You said that you never used ouch my hair, but yet you said you went to the hair store.
Oh, you caught me. I was just doing a little razz on you.
You were doing a razz on me at Christmas time?
Christmas razz.
This is a Christmas prank?
We're friends.
You're right. I love a good razz between friends.
So do I.
Hey, I'm trying to think of a razz now, but I'm really struggling. I guess let's go to the chat on this one. Chat, what is a holiday razz that you perform on your friends during Christmas time? We'll wait. We will wait for the chat to catch up to apparently the audio synced issues that plague your little ears. I think it's fine. I'm watching it, and I think the stream is fine. We've got green. Only 705 frames have dropped. So, by God, we've really got this in the bag. Let's see here. Well, we wanted to talk about news, Christmas news. We had a few segments and stuff like that, like the Christmas star. That scientists were discovering that there's a Christmas star, or there's going to be one that's visible.
Oh yes. Tonight there's a Christmas star in the sky, and that's Saturn and Jupiter are giving each other a little kiss.
Saturn and Jupiter are kissing?
Yep, they're I mean, probably more than kissing, but they're gonna form the perfect Christmas star in the sky. That's what I heard on the news.
So Saturn and Jupiter are going to align, and that forms the Christmas star.
Right. First time in a long time, I guess. This star's never been around for a while.
Do you think that was what the Star of Bethlehem was? If they're just meeting now and it hasn't happened in a long time, do you think that happened in the Jesus time?
I believe so, yes. I think that it's the exact same star. I think that's the one that they speak of in all of the hymns.
Interesting. So Saturn and Jupiter kiss, a savior is born. I didn't think of it that way, but just talking it through.
Probably out there right now.
Is it?
I think. It's nighttime.
When am I going to get a visit from 3 wise men?
Whenever you call a very specific phone number.
A very specific... You know what? I wish. I wish that I knew that phone number, but it is only for the Lord to know. I would say.
It's the Lord's number, yes.
It's the Lord's number, and it shall not be named. And I believe that what we talk about Christmas, everything like that. What is one of your like Christmas wishes, or what's like a fun thing that you would want to receive from Santa this year?
I think my main Christmas wish is to get an email from God himself saying that he knows this email finds me bad.
It finds you bad.
And then he would cold offer me the job of main bird describer -Earth.
Main bird describer -Earth.
Yes. So I'd be the main bird describer for the Earth sector, I guess. That would be my Christmas wish. It's the same wish. It's the same wish I have every year.
By that logic, that means that there are birds on other planets.
Well, yeah, for sure.
But you would be the Earth sector, you know.
Yeah. I mean, those are the ones I know. I haven't seen the ones from elsewhere yet.
Well, Audrey, we have a surprise for you. Christmas comes early on the 21st. Are you ready for your Christmas surprise?
What are you talking about?
We have here, and I will cut to a closer shot so that you may see them. We have some birds for you to describe.
Oh, really?
Yes, so let us get to that close shot. And Audrey, I'm going to hand you a bird if you would hold it up to the camera. And if you would describe said bird for us. Here is your first example.
Oh, yes, this is Lucius, the library bird.
Can you hold him up right next to your face?
Oh, sorry.
There you go. That's a good one.
Like this?
Yeah, that's good.
This is Lucius, the library bird. He just got done giving a lecture on probably some sort of banking activity. And then after his shift teaching, he's probably going to head over to the firm where he does some part-time accounting.
What dirty bank does he work for?
What dirty bank?
I find all banks repugnant, so all banks are dirty to me, but which one in name?
He probably works for Joseph E. Bank.
Joseph E. Bank. Joseph A. Bank, the suit company.
Suit bank.
Perfect. He handles all the money for Joseph A. Bank, technically a bank.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
We're going to continue on.
Okay.
We've got another bird for you. Here you go. How would you describe this bird?
This is Candace. She's a mother of 4, and she owns a floral shop that is only open for 1 week around Halloween, but it's the most popular flower shop in town. So she makes so much money that week that she doesn't need to work for the rest of the year, and then she just fucking hangs out.
What kind of flowers sell best during Halloween? It doesn't seem like a flower type holiday, but what flowers would sell best?
Probably cactus.
The well-known flower of cactus.
Yeah. Those are because they're the most frightening flower.
That's true. They are the ones that can actually physically reach out and hurt you.
Yeah, and they have.
To you?
Of course.
I've never had the pleasure of being attacked by a cactus.
You've never had a cactus reach out its little hand and bop you on the nose?
No, I think though that like if any cactus were to do that, would be a saguaro because it looks like it has hands.
You're lucky. Take her away.
All right. We have many birds here. Let's go to the next one.
Oh, the triplets.
Yes.
Okay. These are the 3 fuckers, and they're triplets who were born in hell on the coldest day, which it's still pretty hot, but they got a weird body temperature, and they're all very, very varying degrees of cold, but This one, the one in the middle. Oh, he fell. The one that fell is the shy one. So let's get him out of here. He's the worst.
He's the worst of the fuckers.
Yeah, because he's shy. And these two are the extroverts of the group. And this one actually disguises up as Santa Claus and wreaks havoc on children who suck shit this year.
They suck shit. Any child who sucks up shit will not only contract polio, but will also not be visited by Santa, but instead of Bird masquerading as Santa.
That's what I said.
Fair enough.
What else? What else do you have for me?
Here we go. There you go.
Oh.
Hold those guys up to the camera if you would, right by your face.
Okay.
We're going to get in close here.
These two little tiny menaces are definitely, they're skin takers.
They're skin takers.
Yes. So what these guys do is they are born angry, and there was actually 4 of them, but these 2 were the winners because they defeated their newborn brothers and gobbled them up. And now they go around being super cute and taking people's skin off.
Well, I guess they would have an easy time because they're so cute.
Yeah.
They would disarm people.
They obviously work in a pair.
Yes, you can't separate them.
No, you physically can't.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we will end with the king. This guy's a hefty fuck. And he is dressed in holiday wares.
The king himself.
There you go.
Okay, this is Sir Frederick the Large, and he is obviously made of stone, but can come alive when he gets the kiss of a lady with a pure heart.
Oh.
And once that happens, he grows about 72 times the size of what he is now. And if she is not smashed by him, what happens is that he picks her up with his legs and flies her to the sun, and then they both explode there. That hasn't happened yet, but it will.
So I just want to recap. He finds true love's kiss, grows 72 times his size, which is quite large, and then he has received true love's kiss, a milestone for him, and he flies into the sun to explode.
Yes, as a celebration.
I guess burn bright, burn out, as it were.
That's what he says. I hate him.
You hate him. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Get him out of here.
I didn't know. Well, I'm sorry to offend you with that last one, but very good bird descriptions.
Thank you. One day I hope to get that call or get that email.
I hope so too.
One of these Christmases.
Oh, it looks like our snowflake overlay has gone out. Let me just switch this up here and do some properties on this. There we go. We'll loop it. There, it's back. Thank God.
I thought it was a nice one without it too.
It was black.
It was a stone wall.
A stone wall, yes. That's what happens when you have a green screen with nothing behind it. Turns into a stone wall. A gray stone wall. Don't you ever forget it, Chad.
Well, now it's a special little storm, so...
Yes, a storm inside. That's the only way you can have a storm inside.
It's very sweet.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I think for the final, we have 15 minutes left, and 10 of that is going to be dedicated to getting the hell out of here. So I think now we should do some holiday cheer for the chat. This is also part of my charity work, where you and I will play Santa as a... You want to wear the Santa's hat?
I would love... Yeah, I want to wear the Santa's hat for sure.
and I will wear the beard. And we will take questions from the chat, or chat, tell us your Christmas wishes this year. Oh yeah, and we will read from them. And let's just check in on the chat as we get here. How do we get all the frames to drop? Well, Colin, you just turn it off and just stare at a wall, you degenerate. Oh, he's gonna do a terrorism. That's no good. Hollywood. Eat the bird, says Tommy, and no. Candace is hot, says Julia Davidovich. Let's see here. The cinematographer and sound designer are running neck and neck for award the most inept. Well, guess what? He's the same person. If you look at the post credits, it's just me, baby. Looks like your pal Tommy does have a Christmas wish of putting an overlay of good content instead. Tommy,
Not a bad idea.
yes, I think that's a great idea. I think we'll just put a bootleg copy of Die Hard on the green screen, and we can just watch that. Which would be good content. Yeah, put a Jethro Tull music video in the background. Actually, we had this, and we weren't going to use it, but we might as well play a little Christmas Miracle song.
Uh-oh.
So let's get this out. I know that you know about this from your solstice lore, Audrey. But
of course, yes.
But we do have this.
Great. Great.
Surprise, surprise, Herbert sucks at everything. Well, Danger Mouse, if you're listening, what's your Christmas wish? And we will, if we play on the flute, as they say, and I don't know about your lore, but my lore says that if you play on the flute, the sound will reach God, and he will understand it. So if you look at a wish and then you play the flute, God will hear it.
I'm always looking at wishes. So.
Yes, let's just test it out. Very good. Looks like a wish got to Christmas. What other wishes do you have, chat? We will wait until 7:50, which is 3 minutes. I love doing this because the chat, when needed to be responsive, is not, because they just like to call me a piece of shit all the time. My holiday wish is that the chat would all turn into smiley faces and would all subscribe and like our channel, because I need to grow my YouTube following. Went to God's ears. And God listens, so guess what? It'll be there. It'll be there this Christmas. Any Christmas wish of yours that you wanted, besides being the head bird descriptor -earth?
I mean, maybe for a second flute. Not bad.
I know that you collect serotonin only once every year, but maybe next year or this year you'll collect some serotonin and a little flute.
I'm always open to new opportunities.
I like that you are open and responsive. You, as I know, you seize life by the mountain, which is difficult to do. So I think that you will become a very successful flautist.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Looks like we got our wishes that the chat would turn all into smiles. It is turned into dabs, a peace sign. It looks like a medicine bottle. And then Colin Jeffrey gives me the loading emoji, which means it seems that it's buffering. Colin, my Christmas wish to you is to get faster internet, buddy. It's your problem, not mine. We'll wait here for but a minute more.
Oh, we're going to wait?
Well, just to see what the chat's saying. Do you have...
Why don't you tell me your Christmas wish?
I think I did say where my Christmas wish is that the chat would, instead of becoming a sour, will become a sweet. And that's how I describe them. I describe the chat as a sour or a sweet.
I don't know what that means.
It's true. Do you feel like this has been a good Christmas year? Like this is a good Christmas time?
The best. Maybe the best I've ever had.
You are above ground, so that's...
Yeah, normally, I mean, it's not Christmas yet, and I do plan to go back underground, but that's, we'll get to that in a few days.
Maybe on Christmas morning, you'll see that the flap that opens the wrong way will be just open. Oh. And I will open my H to you. Not my home, but my H.
Wow. We are truly becoming a family just in real time.
We truly are becoming a real family. Not a pretend family, a real ass family.
Yeah. Thank you for welcoming this new welcome that you've given me to come up out of my cave.
It looks like I'm doing a bunch of charity work. Oh, that sounded bad. I'm doing a bunch of charity work this year. I'll complete my sentence. I don't care. And John Fortney gives candy and lemons sweet. He gave me a sweet and then a sour. So that's what he's given me this holiday season. John Fortney, your emojis and gifts are appreciated. Let it be known that if you send an emoji in the chat, I'm looking at you, Danger Mouse, with your little bottle of pills, that you will be required by YouTube law to send those things. So it looks like Julia Davidovich sent us a chocolate chip cookie that
that's nice.
That will be arriving by YouTube law. And Colin Jeffrey says, Christmas wish, Mikey V is the next guest. Second Mikey V. Great, we're getting a lot of Mike Vereskovic requests in the chat. I'm sure it would be his... Well, you know what, Danger Mouse? I saw your comment for a half second, and then it was retracted. So you said something, I almost caught it, and then YouTube said, no way, because YouTube law is cracking down on your ass. Oh, Julia Davidovich says the cookie is poison.
Well, that's fine.
As long as we get it, I feel like
that's a win. We'll do something with it.
Maybe punch a hole in it and just make it an ornament.
Maybe is it the kind of poison that you can put on something and it'll seep a hole through the wall? Oh no, that's acid.
That's acid. I don't think the cookie would be intact if acid were on it. Damn. Unless it was in a little vial and then we bit into it.
Maybe next year.
It's hand sanitizer, you fool. Danger Mouse, I don't know what you're talking about. If your Christmas wish is hand sanitizer, go out to Walgreens and get some, my man. I don't know why you're harping on the chat here. Julia Davidovich says it's acid poison.
Aww.
A double gift from Julia Davidovich. And Danger Mouse's Christmas wish just came true because he said panties and it did not get retracted. So, Danger Mouse, you have received so many Christmas gifts. And actually, I have a Christmas gift that I haven't unwrapped yet. Of course, it is my favorite clip from the internet. So here is my Christmas gift that I opened early.
Did you see that, Abby? This guy just tried to assault me. What's that, 10 years, given his priors?
Get with a woman.
God, I love it. God, I can't get enough of it. I can't stop watching it. Well, I got a Christmas wish. You got a Christmas wish. The holiday season is nigh upon us. We wish you and your household the warmest of tidings.
Yeah, I do wish that for you. And for you.
And for you.
And for you.
Oh, Jesus was there the entire time?
As he always is.
Jesus Christ. Well, let's get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Herbert S. Tuttleton's Hell Hour. I would like to thank my very special guest, Audrey P. Farnsworth, the queen of winter solstice lore. Audrey, any final words?
Absolutely not.
Thank you very much. Good night, and we'll see you in hell.
Hey, wow, everybody, we did it! Haha, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for watching. It's good to be back, and I don't know why I picked Kingdom Hearts for a background this time, but that's gonna change. Anyway, stick around for some more music or leave. This is the end, so have a great day and shoot for the stars!
wrong with me?
Tell me why happened fucked up inside, and you're so sweet that I want to die. Tell me why happened fucked up inside, and you're so sweet that I want to die. Tell me why happened fucked up inside, and you're so sweet that I want to die. Tell me why happened fucked up inside, and you're so sweet that I want to die.